Hey everyone, happy Sunday. I hope that you all have enjoyed this day and what's left of it. It's almost 10 p.m. But anyhow, I am tuning in to share a nugget of wisdom that I received a couple days ago. And here's the thing. I have continued to meditate on it just throughout moments of the course of the last couple days without putting forth the effort to. So I thought, this is too good not to share. Now, what I'm going to do, the individual that shared it with me, I will drop the video shortly after this one so you can see it for yourself. There may be takeaways that speak to you more so than what I pulled from it, but it's definitely a must-see. So there is a broker, and I have to give credit where it's due. His name is Douglas Smith. He is the owner and broker of DHS Realty in Collin County. I've met Doug. I was referred to him by one of the agents on his team. I think he's a credible individual as a businessman, as well as a person from what I know about him. I listened to his posts on IG and Facebook platform. He may be on others. But every time I watch it, I always grab something from it that is insightful, whether it's a 1-minute tutorial on real estate, tips. Usually he's using a sports analogy because he's a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. And so for those of you that are sports enthusiasts, you'll definitely, he'll keep you engaged for sure. So here's the thing. In his video, he used a dash, the character that we see on our keyboards, the dash that you see on a tombstone between the arrival date and the departure date of an individual when they transition, right? So you got that small dash. We use it in written communication for different reasons, but typically we really don't think much about it. It's a character on a keyboard, right? And so, or you may see it in other places. So being an analytical and logical thinker, this small, insignificant marker, I'm gonna call it a marker, he relayed such a powerful message and, in my opinion, thought-provoking. So here's what he said. Basically, I'm not as concerned about my arrival and my ending date. Everything in life has a start and a finish. But that dash in the middle represents our journey in life. Whether we choose to live with purpose or we're just existing. And so for Doug, that dash for him is meaningful because his purpose and desires are to serve his agents that trust him to help them become experts and succeed in their goals, but also in his personal life as a family man, and I'm sure in his church community. And so I thought it was incredible how he tied it into that dash representing how we choose to live our lives. And so for myself, I was thinking, we have goals, whether they're short-term, long-term, but what about the day-to-day? What about what we're doing outside of these to-do lists that we create? Because what can happen when we create our to-do list, it's often centered around what we need to do or what we believe we need to do. And sometimes it's things we really need to do, right? But in these small steps that we're taking each day that will either contribute to our success or our failure in life, are we reflecting on, is this God's plan for the season of life that I'm in? And if it is God's plan, then we know that it will be fruitful. Sometimes it takes time. We got to be patient, but we have to stay disciplined and committed and don't give up and trust him, right? Because we know that if we are trusting him and he's called us for a specific purpose, whatever that may be, he will deliver, whether it's a miracle you need, provision that you need to accomplish that. His word says it will not return void. It will accomplish what he sent it to do, and it will succeed in what he sent it to do. So as I'm thinking about this, I was like, most days when I pray, sometimes I do it from the bed, or if I get up later than I should, if I'm kind of rushing, I'm talking to him and praying as I'm walking around. But usually I'll get on my knees with my face to the floor as if I am at his feet, fully surrendered and in full submission to him. And I ask him, Lord, equip me, prepare me, and qualify me to fulfill the purpose that you have for me today. But sometimes I must admit, even after I say that piece in my prayer to him, I get my list out and I'm focused on the list. And then sometimes that list does not necessarily get completed, or the Lord will lead me down a different route to my destination, or I end up doing something completely different. And I realize, wow, that was not a part of the plan, but that was his plan. Or at the end of the day, I'm like, what did I do today that was purposeful, that glorified God? And if I'm not able to identify that, in my opinion, I don't care what I accomplished on that list, I missed the mark. So the point that I'm making is, each day is a reflection of that dash that's going to be on our tombstone between the date that we arrived and the date that we transition. Are we using the spiritual gifts and talents that he has given us? So when that time comes and we transition, he will say, job well done, good and faithful servant. Come a little higher. You have accomplished what I sent you to do. Because we are not here to serve ourselves. The decisions that we make should leave a legacy and heritage behind that benefits more than the people that are in our family circle, the people that we're leaving inheritances to. It should have an impact, and it should improve the lives of people that we may not ever see, we may not ever speak to. That's the type of legacy we should leave behind. And I immediately think of MLK. My generation, we've never met him. I've never seen him live. But because of the decisions that he made, we're able to benefit from that. And so God has uniquely given each one of us gifts in order to be that trailblazer where we can improve other people's lives in our absence, and ultimately so that he receives the glory. And again, it's not always in what we're saying. Oftentimes it's in what we're doing. So I want to share that today. Just because, well, hey, it's Sunday. Your Sabbath can be any day, but this is a day where, I spend probably more time, well, because I go to church most Sundays. So I spend time with him every day during the week, but Sundays, I'm not in the church 7 days a week, so you understand where I'm going with that. So at any rate, I just thought it was a great opportunity to tie that dash in to a reminder of, are we paying attention to what our lives will leave behind when we transition, and what will we be remembered for? Or will we even be remembered? But if we are going to be remembered, I think it's important to be remembered again for leaving such an impact that when people hear your name, there is joy behind it. There's gratitude behind it. People can say that because of what you did, this world is much better. And that man or woman loved Jesus and they strived to live their lives to please him. We're going to fall short, but I'm talking about the overall. All right, y'all, that's all I have for now. When I get on this subject, I can get long-winded. Biblical principles, the Bible, period. Real estate, traveling, how the brain works, all of that good stuff. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up here. I just want to share that and tie in Doug's, that dash meant for him, what it means for you, and you figure that out. You figure that out, because it should have a purpose for you. All right, you all take care, and while doing so, look out for someone else. Bye for now.